Hey, it is
Eric
Eric
and
and
Elaine.
Elaine.
We decided to say our names together tonight.
Yeah, I see.
Hello, good
Hello,
people.
good
Hello,
peoples, good
beautiful people.
peoples.
It's another day, another Thursday, and we are live. And we want you to come on in as there are
Yes.
people coming on into their homes.
I don't know if they heard that.
I know, right? But
Yes.
we're excited, of course. This is the Heal Thee Healthy Relationship Series, which is our Heal Thy Relationship Series, right? And so we are, of course, here for another moment, another time that's just an exciting time to be alive.
Yes.
You agree with that, babe?
I agree with that. Hands
Yeah,
down. We
I
making our
agree.
love work today.
Making our love
Making
work.
our love work today.
Yes.
It's not easy. I'm working on it. See?
Y'all know this is
First
easy.
blood.
Y'all,
First blood.
y'all
First,
know. Y'all see this
true
face?
first blood. hmm Your hair all different. All cutesy.
Yes.
Hang time. yeah.
We are clowning. Yeah,
Yes.
so I gave the fro a nice little rest.
hmm
And it took me a minute because, I'm not accustomed to this. I like my big hair. I like volume. I
Yes.
like big hair. I
Me
like it.
too.
And so, oh, you too, so you don't like this?
No, I love it.
Y'all see how quick that can turn?
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Yes. So, yeah.
Yes.
I have a wonderful beautician too, by the way.
Hey. Good evening, my sister from another Mister,
Yes,
Michelle
Michelle.
Yvette Walker.
Okay, Michelle, I didn't give you Yvette.
Yes.
I'm not gonna do you like that. But you
And
know your brother.
my other sister from another Mister, Gwendolyn
Gwen.
Michelle
Okay, Gwen.
Lane.
I can't do the high pitch tonight, but you know.
Oh yeah, y'all. Okay, my estrogen levels go crazy.
They go crazy.
Yeah,
They
when
go
y'all
wild.
do all of that
Yes, we
shrieking
do all the
and
screech.
all your
Oh, I
little
almost had it. Hi.
girlfriend. Oh.
All right. If
Okay.
y'all can hear us, if you can hear us,
Here as well. Put a one in the chat.
put one in the chat. Yes. If you can hear us,
Yes.
put a one in the chat. Help us out to know that
Yes.
we are getting volume. We want to make sure that
Good
we're
volume.
on.
Good volume.
Good volume.
Yes. We're coming across well.
Yes. One. Thank you, Michelle.
She
Awesome.
say I'm yelling for you.
You yelling. And this is more much better for me because last week I could not see the comments, and so I felt so alone, and I just didn't know what was happening.
That's
And
all
he
right.
could have just really, taken y'all through, and I would have never seen the comments of y'all crying out and calling out for my help. But y'all made it. That's Patricia Brown. All
Yes.
right.
Hey.
Miss Pat.
How are you?
Yes. Good to
Yes.
see you, beautiful.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
So-
Welcome, Facebook family. Thank you, Jessica.
Welcome. We're also live on, let's see, we're going to be on Instagram here in a minute. And we're going to be, that's not my phone, is it?
Yeah, that's somebody's
I don't know
phone.
how it's coming through.
Oh,
Do not
okay.
disturb and all that.
Yeah, I have
Maybe
that set.
do not disturb on your.
Yeah, no, it's set on the iPhone favorites and all that. But anyway, yeah.
Okay. So yes. Anyway,
Good evening.
good evening, good
Beautiful people. Yes.
Yes.
Thank y'all for being here. Thank y'all for showing up. Invite somebody, if you
Yes.
will, because we're talking about relationships, of course, right?
Yes.
Y'all know Eric and Elaine. What we do is, of course, we're promoting a positive relationship culture within our
community.
communities, y'all. That's our heart. That's our baby. So we want to keep that. Of course, that's our anchor, and keep that at the core of everything that we do, everything that we produce and we talk about. Val, that's our Brazil
All the
family.
way from Brazil, Pazos, Brazil, everybody.
Woo-hoo!
Yes. Another sister from another mister.
Yes, yes.
Right?
Come on in, everybody. Hey, Valerie.
Yes.
Valerie
yes.
Taylor. We are, of course, this isn't going to be, a session where we want and need your participation, right?
Right.
So of course, do this, and we can't do it without you and being, of course, our family.
We don't want to be some talking heads.
We don't want to be talking heads, right? And you're our family, so we want your input. We want to hear from you because we know that there are a lot of people asking a lot of questions.
Yep. And we compiled some. We did a little research and saw what people were asking. A lot of the questions people have been asking regarding relationships.
Yes.
It's a lot. I'm going to show you. Let's see here.
And if you have questions, if you have felt like this was a season, especially that a lot of people have been even coming to you with relationship questions, or just that you're seeing that there's a lot of issues going on. If you know that there are issues going on, do me a favor and type 500. 500.
Ooh, man,
I want you to type 500. No, type 500.
You jump from 1 to 500.
I'm jumping on in.
500.
If you know that there are issues with relationships, and some people say it's hard, and some people have different, different ways of viewing relationships right now. But let us know in the chat. 500. I want to know, is this a time that we're in where relationships are shifting, where there's relationship issues that are probably heightened? What are y'all thoughts? Michelle says 500. See that?
Right.
See that?
Yeah.
500. Thank you, sis.
Yeah.
Because it's getting real. Do you think? I'm coming up with questions myself already, huh? Is it more?
We got a lot.
Now, yes. So we're gonna go. We're gonna dive in. We're gonna dive
I'll
in.
make this larger for you guys so you can see it very well. See some of the questions, and we're gonna read those questions.
Yeah, we got it. We
so
got
you
it.
can see and everything. We might want to just read form because
Yes.
that's not
I can do that,
any
babe.
larger.
No problem. I got
Okay.
you.
All right. So I'll pull it. You can look at it from here, but as far as showing them on the screen, it's. I see one question dealing with. This is one of my favorite questions regarding a woman that is older than the man. It says,
See.
relationships where women, how do they fare when the woman is older than the man? It's a living witness. I can say it can be a little challenging, but you can make it. You can do it. You can do it.
I'm just curious why you're starting there.
You wasn't ready for your question, so
That was my question.
no, you didn't look and see what your question was gonna be and everything. So which one you wanted to pick out? So I just went ahead and
It
chose
sounds
the
like
one.
you're picking a fight.
No,
But
it's not a fight. So
okay, see, let me just say, for
relationships
those who
work.
don't know, I'm only 88 days older than Eric.
Okay.
So that doesn't count. It really doesn't. So
Okay.
let's
But people
move
have
on.
heard this before.
They have. And why did you go there?
But this is one of the questions that people,
That's a
of the
genuine
most
question?
common questions that people ask. Yeah, even the one with, as far as the woman being taller. I think a lot of people are, I'm serious, I really believe that a lot of people are sleeping on some good men who might happen to be smaller than you, right? I'm just telling you. I can name
So this
several
is-
couples
you're
that I know
speaking
that
to
long
to the
term.
women.
To the women.
Okay, this
Yes.
is to the women.
And guys, because guys might be intimidated to talk to somebody taller than him. He might have a 5'5". I mean, because it's not just a guy that's like Kirk Franklin. I mean, it's not just Kirk Franklin short or whatever. And he was able to find him a woman that was shorter than him, and so was
Yeah.
David Mann.
I think that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if there was, I mean, like Kirk Franklin and Yolanda Adams, you know what I'm saying? Can they, I'm just saying, But we know several couples who, where the wife is taller and they have long-term relationships, 40, 50 years, several pastor friends where the wife is taller than him.
Absolutely.
And it works.
Absolutely, because I mean, I personally don't think that it matters. Now, of course, the ego in a person, right? The ego in the younger me, because we all grew up. And ladies, if you can witness this, you can just do a high five or something. But we grew up saying, "I want him to be what?" First thing we say, tall, dark, and handsome, or tall, whatever, and handsome, right? And so that is just something that I think is a part of our ego and our preferences. And preferences can get in the way of beautiful relationships that can blossom regardless of how a person looks, their size, bank account, any of those things. So personally, I do agree. Well, not that I agree, but my point of view is I think relationships are beyond that. If you are really, you're okay with self, if you're okay with you first, then you should be able to accept the other person.
Okay,
it's a hard thing.
So let's take it to the people. She said, keeping it real.
Keep it real.
Come on, Michelle. Keep it real.
Keeping it real.
Now,
I think Michelle
what's your thought process on
Michelle would agree
that it's okay if he 5'2" and you 5'8"?
What do y'all say? I personally, I've told you my point.
Can a relationship work?
You believe that it?
I believe that it
problem?
can work. Well, not only believe it, I've seen examples of where the woman is taller than the man and it works. Mm-hmm. And she ain't even afraid. Now, we did meet that one couple at the one training that we went to for, I forget the name of that curriculum. But we went to that training and the wife made sure that she sat down. I think it was a situation for him, but she sat down in the chair in the front and had him stand up. Yes, you remember that?
I'm not laughing at them. I'm sorry. I'm just.
It was a concern.
I don't remember that. But.
Obviously, his personality was bigger than his stature or whatnot, and hands down. Valerie, you agree with me?
She agrees with me.
Put in there ER or EL. Okay.
Ooh, so yes.
ER or EL.
I mean, okay, Michelle says, I believe it could work. Uh-huh. However, it would be a challenge for her. Okay.
However. There's a however.
She says she would miss out because of her preference. Oh, yeah. So you're being totally honest. Thank you for your honesty.
And listen,
Michelle,
I'm not going to preference shame anybody.
Don't do it.
I'm not going to preference shame.
Let the people speak their truth. Yes.
Yes,
but
I'm not going to preference shame.
That's good. That's good to be honest. And you have to know you.
Yes.
But
I would even say some women and men are they sleeping on people who have a little more bounce to the house.
I mean, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So you're saying that heavier people are people that may be, more sizable, that they are, people don't consider them. And I really think that table has turned.
We've come around the corner somewhat, but that it is still a lot of people. Let's say even our folks of Gen X who are desiring to let's say it's remarriage, and when you in your 40s, your body ain't like it was before, and guys are y'all. Let me speak to the men because I'm a man, and it's like, dudes, y'all missing out on some of. And I just can say some young cats too, because I know some wife material women, single women, in our circles, that guys are sleeping on.
Yes.
They sleeping on.
Beautiful women. I mean, inside and inside and out, I have to say, because I think, as we all know, we've heard this over and over, beauty is in the eye of the beholder, right? And so yes, it really, it boils down to, I think, maturity too, but we've got some comments in the chat.
Valerie say it's got to do with the let's see what Valerie said. Yeah, it's all in the heart.
Yes.
Val said, poor Leandro.
If I am
If
taller.
I am taller. Leandro wouldn't like you being taller than him. Well, Leandro is tall himself.
Hey, Eva. Eva joined us.
What's
Yes.
up, love? What did I miss?
Valerie says size is just a look. That's right.
Yes.
It is. But so many of us have a problem with, we have an issue with that. But it's all in the heart.
Has it been media that has perpetrated those images of the perfect relationship where he's, the pecs and all of this and everything, built like me, you know what I mean?
Built like you, baby.
Built like me, deltoids and all this other stuff, guns blazing and all that.
All of that.
All of the glory.
All of
right?
that, yes.
The kind of thing that you fell in love with, right? So why it's always got to be that? Or why it's got to be the sister, with elbows and knees and all of that.
So
kind of thing.
yeah, so have you? And as I'm thinking about it, have you seen Kevin Hart in a real love story? And maybe it's media that's also playing with us too.
Playing a role.
Carol.
Oh, no, that's Auntie. That's Auntie.
That's Carol LaFreda.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
Carol
Auntie.
LaFreda.
Yes,
Yeah, that's
I
Auntie.
keep calling her
Cleveland.
cousin. Auntie from Cleveland. She says I'm 5'2", and I met a guy 5'3", and I felt some kind of a way. Okay. She said ashamed. What happened?
It's right here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. She says, shame. We look like the little
Not the Munchkins in what you call it? In the Wizard of Oz.
In the Wizard of Oz.
Right.
That is too funny.
So Patricia say, if he sleeps on me, that's his loss, in my opinion. That's absolutely correct.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm short, so most men I meet are taller than I am. Not a preference for me.
All right.
You don't want a guy taller than you saying?
She said it doesn't matter to her.
It don't matter.
And I think that that's beautiful.
Yes.
I think that's beautiful.
Okay. So, all right, we got that one. Those are some of our regular questions that we kind of get and everything. Let's go a little deeper. Let's see here. There are certain things. Now, some things, you guys, as far as the questions, I noticed a difference in the generations, right?
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with generations. Okay, let's see here. But he can be tall or short as long as he treats me right. Treat me right. That sounds like a blues song. Long as he treat me right.
Yes, that's right.
That sounds like a blues song.
That's really what it boils down to, right? Now, of course,
you can be tall or short, baby.
I mean, it boils down to how do you treat me?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How do you love me? How big is your heart? And truth be told, and I will say this, and ladies, if you agree, before we go on to the next question, you can pick the next question. But I will say, shorter men many times have bigger personalities, and they kind of have this like think about it. Chihuahuas. If you've ever had a small dog, they are fierce. They will come for you, okay? And listen, we've had a boxer and a Chihuahua. And the Chihuahua felt like she was the boss.
She was the boss.
So
She was the
I'm
alpha.
just saying, I kind of think that's the same way with.
Not that you know about a short man.
You're not sure. You're average.
Okay. Eva just wrote us a nice little dissertation.
Eva, he's gonna mess with you. You already know.
It's been a little while. I got a little backed up mess with.
She says, I think sometimes in a relationship, If one of the partners doesn't feel confident in their size, okay, and they don't feel sexy, talk about that, and they don't want to be intimate or things like that, even if the other person tells them it's okay, and if they still want them, is there more, Eva?
You see, and they
Okay.
still want them. Okay, so look, so the person, if you're in a relationship with a person and they're having that particular type crisis, or if you notice that person has that already, you might want to just kind of keep that relationship on a friendship until that person is healed.
Yes.
Until that person
Absolutely.
is healed in themselves. Remember, this is Heal Thy Relationship series.
And before you heal thy relationship, you have to heal thyself.
Be healed. I'm not saying you're gonna be perfect. You're gonna be ready, and some of your old triggers ain't gonna come up. That's what we do. That's why you go on to ericandelaine.com/book and get you a session, and we can talk about how you manage those triggers, how you
Yes.
deal with those things that have happened in the past, those past relationships and everything, which leads us into our next question. Well, we got something else going on?
We do. So Barbara Jackson.
That's
hey,
Auntie.
Hey, Auntie.
Yes, that's
She said my
Auntie.
kid's father was shorter than me, and I almost missed out because I wanted him to be taller. See,
Whoop, whoop.
got them childrens
Yes.
from that short man.
Yes, that's shout man. My daddy used to call me sawed off. Look at this, sawed off, boy. Okay, that's a little bit.
Okay, Eva said I
the
meant to
country.
write that they still want to be intimate with them. I got you, Eva. Okay.
But they still want to be intimate with them. Yes.
Yes.
I love you, but if a person does not love themselves, I'm gonna tell you, personal experience. I can be vulnerable. Hey, I ain't tripping.
This is a safe space, man.
Yes.
Safe space.
In my family, I was born short and skinny growing up as a kid. I didn't make 100 pounds until I was in the 9th grade, right? And I remember when, according to my belief system, my constitution, the scriptures told me that I was fearfully and wonderfully made.
Yes.
Now, those of you who know me, some of you may have been in the workshops, you know I have itty bitty ankles. I am the president of the itty bitty ankle committee, okay? So,
They sexy.
in high school,
They sexy up.
see, in high school, I was pumping weights. I had gotten up to 180 pounds in all the right places, pecs and guns and everything, right? And it was never enough. It was so crazy that, kind of like a reverse anorexia, I just couldn't get big enough. I always felt like I was too small, and I was popping Joe Weider pills. And if it wasn't for work, when I was preparing to go to pharmacy school, I got the job first before I decided whether or not I was going to go. I got the job in pharmacy, and all my time went away, and I lost weight. But at that same time, I began in ministry in that next year in 1992, and I came across this little passage in the good book that says that I was fearfully and wonderfully made, and I was crazy enough to believe it.
All right.
I was crazy enough to believe it, and I have been freed from my itty bitty ankle anxiety.
He was so free that when I met him, he was wearing Jesus sandals and wide leg pants, and they were rolled up at the bottom, showing them itty bitty ankles. So he was free.
Yeah, I was free.
The man was set free.
You see, when you get what you see is what you get. I was fine with Eric.
Yes.
So when you have somebody who is still conscious about their weight, and that's either way. 'Cause
Absolutely.
these days, like Elaine said, we've come around the curve on the fluffer. We got the Lizzo and so on and so forth and everything. And hey, cool beans. what whether you feel like you're too small, like guys feel like they too skinny, this, that, or the other.
Yeah.
Your chest don't stick out enough, or whatever your issue is. Different people got issue with they know how they lips look, how they this look, how they that look. Listen, you were fearfully and wonderfully made. This is not where I was planning on going, but anyway,
you're going in.
This is what you gotta
teacher.
recognize.
Yeah.
This is what you must recognize and choose to believe in yourself. Heal thyself.
Absolutely.
On a basic level for that in that situation. Yes, and in my opinion, the Prince of Peace is the only one that can bring peace to your soul in that area. So
yes, that's good.
Anyway.
And you know what? That's the thing about it is, when we recognize who we are within ourselves, right? When we have the confidence, I've met many of guys who've said that if there's a confident woman, she can walk in the room and actually command whatever the attention is, all on her, right? And the same for men. That was one of the things, and I didn't realize it at first because I was just being, me, and he was a good-looking guy, but I wasn't looking for a relationship. I was good, and he was a good-looking guy.
Say it again. Wearing what?
He was a good-looking guy that wore some nice olive green slacks. But anyway, but his confidence. I mean, he had a confidence, and he was places. I tell the story often. Where when we had to be someplace, as a group, as a ministry. Working in the schools and such, he was on top of his game. And so I grew up thinking that too. My preference was tall, and he had to be a certain height or what have you. I didn't know what, like the foot size or what have you, but I was just like, I wanted him to be way taller than me. That was a preference. But again, I would have missed out on all of this
glory.
All of this glory.
All this glory.
Okay,
yes.
as he scratches his stomach.
Yes, all the glory.
Isn't that lovely? Okay.
Understand. All this glorious goodness, this dark honey blonde chocolate, like you see.
Honey blonde chocolate.
Anyway, hey Rodney, what's going on, man? He asking about these shirts.
Yes.
You can order these shirts. We got these shirts. This is actually, again, this benefits the nonprofit.
Yes.
Also, we have them in all sizes and everything too.
We can make them available to you on our website, and you just look us up, and we'll get them in your hands.
Okay, so we went to. I was trying to get over to the whole this other question regarding the old this other question regarding cheating. Can you can a relationship survive cheating? Can it come back after cheating? What are your thoughts? Tell me in the chat what your thoughts are as far as whether or not a relationship can survive cheating.
Because cheating is, you know me. I always say that I'm, the devil's advocate, right? But we have to, look at. Sometimes it's sad that we have to define what has been redefined, right? Because with all of the changes and societal views, what have you, and it is infiltrated in many of our relationships, and I see such a demise in the true understanding of what healthy really is. And so that's one of the reasons why we do this. But cheating, is not looked at as it was. Some people say open relationships. They believe in open relationships. And we, at one time, that was looked at as cheating. So is that even defined the same anymore? And we have to, for those of us who are the believer in absolutes, then we know, cheating is not allowing for anyone else to come into the relationship, right? And so that, for me, is, I just want to kind of bring that out because today cheating has been redefined in many ways. Open relationships is not considered cheating,
Yes.
and thus,
Well, we got situations too that you just came across. What was that? Video you just came across?
yeah, I came across a video.
from 2018.
It may have been, but it was with a celebrity couple,
Mm-hmm.
and of course,
Not
y'all can
the
think of
Smiths.
many. Yes, right.
Not the Smiths.
Yes, but they came
Go ahead.
out and they were on one of the Breakfast Club, I think
Who
it
sang it
was,
was?
and it was my boy
Ronnie DeVoe.
Ronnie DeVoe from New Edition. Okay,
Yes.
I'm coming back from being 13, but anyway, you know, him and his wife talked about their relationship, and the wife actually, she went to him and asked him and just kind of made it known that she was interested in opening the relationship up to other people, and he said yes. I don't know a man that wouldn't, but I hope to know a man that wouldn't. Well, I mean, I do know a man that wouldn't, right?
I'm finna say, oh my.
I'm just saying the average man, will probably be okay with that. But they talked about, bottom line is how the relationship did not work. The open relationship concept did not work. And now they're working on healing their relationship from all of that turmoil, the feeling of inadequacy. They, all of the jealousy and all of the different issues that came along with that for those years, multiple years that they allowed for that to be, it caused more harm and more damage. And now they're spending all this time trying to repair something that didn't have to even be.
And they made it through. It is. So in relationships, because one of the questions is are relationships hard work and everything? And we say, got to make your love work, right?
Make it work.
But one of the things it's that without the complications. Okay. Now, recently, last year around this time, we saw Will and Jada Smith. Matter of fact, go to the YouTube channel, check out the reaction video we did regarding their video, and it's been known forever that they had an open relationship, and we see the result after a while.
Some of us believe differently, but go ahead.
Okay, can relationships work when they have running disagreements? Yes, they can. Yes, they can. But anyway, it is doable. What did Kiambre say?
Kiambre says you can come back from cheating. It takes prayer. Come on.
Mm-hmm.
It takes therapy.
Yes.
It takes accountability and adjustments. You better speak.
Talk to
Come
it.
on now,
Talk to
cuz
it.
it can survive if it isn't a behavior or the character of the individual, but an incident or a one-time thing. I got you. So so basically, don't do that
She
again.
said it ain't practice.
It ain't right.
This is
It
just
better not be
habitual.
commonplace. Yes, hard but doable. We've got some other comments here. Vol said, "Never cheating never works." That's
Yeah.
I agree. Also, Mighty Man. Mighty Man. There we go, Roderick. Roderick.
Rodney. You put his first and last name all together.
But
You got a new name, Rodney.
I'm sorry, Rod. Mighty Man Rodney says some folks have these open relationships, right, Rodney? How does that dynamic fit into the discussion?
So some, because when you look at celebrity, even if you just Google celebrities with open relationships, you're going to see a lot of them. So it is interesting to see, how they are working that thing out. Being that we are made in the image, and this is my constitution, our shared constitution from
Absolutely.
the scriptures, that if we're made in the image of the Most High Yah, there is going to be certain things as jealousy. And matter of fact, if we look at all the relationships that had multiple wives, all the way down to the first person that come up with multiple wives in the lineage, there was always some sort of chaos
There was
around it.
issues.
It was
There
all
were
kind of
issues.
issues
Yes.
that swirled around those types of relationships. Even our forefather Jacob, he was tricked into a
A multiple
multiple,
situation.
wife situation.
Situationship.
And we see what happened with all the patriarchs, the 12 patriarchs. I mean, one of our patriarchs, Reuben, he lost his spot to his nephew, amongst the 12 tribes. So these are things to to look at. But we do have some people that are living in those types of scenarios, and I think it's a choice thing too. But I believe it has its own set of circumstances, own set of dynamics that is, interesting.
And I think we talk about, and we've all talked about this as well. Talking about there is, we have the script, right? We've got the book, the Bible, and it never, in the beginning, it was never intended.
Yes, if we look
And
at
so
the
if we look
intention.
at the model, right?
Mhm.
We talk about there's the permissive will, right? And the
Mhm.
perfect will. And so, are we created as robots? No, we're not. He's given us free will. But like Eric said, there come, along with that will comes consequences.
Yes.
We're living, and we're really all now even dealing with the consequences of certain choices that were made from our ancestors, from our grandparents,
Yes.
right? And so on and so forth. So yes, there are certain things that we can do, but should we do them?
Right. Everything in the Bible doesn't, just because in the Bible doesn't mean that we should go into it and do it.
They were people just
got
like us.
So we got to get to this, what Michelle just said, Wandria Barnett. Because I kid you
Wandria.
not, it's good to see you. Hope you got the whole family checking this
Michelle,
out.
that's our other Michelle.
So look, it says, she says that men don't forgive like women. Now I'm gonna tell you, just in this cheating situation, I'm not saying that a man can't move on, because we've seen some move on, but what got them on the good foot, and this is not suggesting that women should go and do this. Don't do this.
Okay.
Because with the cheating thing, what comes about is this thought process of I'm gonna get him back. I'm gonna get her back, and it doesn't work.
Yeah.
It doesn't work. It changes who you are. You were a person who were faithful to your relationship. The whole situation beat you.
Yeah.
Because it caused you to do something that you wouldn't typically do. So stay you, okay? I like that. Stay you, okay? But it's funny when, in our practice, we've seen people who have, and I will say men, according to her statement.
Talk about it.
I see men, it is the end of the world. You think it was Armageddon when she cheated once. When she got fed up with you and situate, and now all of a sudden, I want my marriage. This ain't right. I can't believe she did. Dude, how many you got cheering out the and you can't believe?
Yeah.
I've seen it. Now, what's interesting is I've seen them stay together.
You can work through it.
There are those that have worked, and it's choice, you guys. It's flat out choice.
So Michelle or Wandria, that's our other Michelle. Men don't forgive like women. We've seen some of that play out in our sessions with couples. I will say, and like Eric said, men, they will hold, and that's something that it's hard for them to just kind of believe, because it's the player thing, y'all. When the player gets played, the game is over.
I kid you not. If you just tap into a player's life, if he allows you, he's a player because he got played.
Okay. Well, there we go.
I gotta prove that I'm gotta prove I'm a man. I ain't gonna be no punk. I ain't gonna be no punk. I'm finna hit all of this.
Yeah. Yes.
I ain't gonna never let a woman know that she. Yeah, because you got played. Or now I can't leave this part out though. Some of it is learned behavior. If and two, we were born. We weren't born as just a physical being. We come into this world and that's just it. No, we come into this world and it, spirit, soul, and body. Understand?
Yeah.
So there's some things that come down the generations, whatnot, that can, set up in our life. And children do what children see. So if you see that sort of thing, and that's the only thing that's going in your ear gate, your eye gate, you tend to produce.
Talk about that. That's it.
Now, I will say, growing up with, just personally, growing up with a mother and I had my dad was in my life and everything, and living with him during the summers and stuff like that, and some years throughout the school year and everything. I loved living with my father and everything. But I saw something different. I was like, one, I love my mom and my sister, and I didn't want anything like that to happen, and I did it for a little bit, but that's when you was a kid, and y'all have to come to a workshop for it. Yeah. Anyway, we gonna move on to the next thing. What she say?
He did, y'all.
What did she say? You chose one.
Yes.
Does all cheating start because you get stimulated in the pants, or could it be relationship? All cheating is not the same. All cheating not the same. Some guys just, you like, I'm finna just get it. And that could be a perfect situation. Like our story, 3 years into the marriage. Okay, you gotta come to a workshop. You gotta come to a workshop to get that
juice. Y'all gotta come to the workshop.
But anyway, you're absolutely right, Rodney. It could be relationship problems, and a lot of times, good dudes, if there's relationship problems at the house, and this is not excusing anybody,
right?
Because the same thing happened to women. Because if we can go before I go into that as far as the data, but good dudes, how the woman made him feel. Because sometimes you can look at a person, I've heard people who have that Western standard of beauty, and they see a man who cheated on his wife, who was quote unquote a dime piece or arm candy, and they see the woman he cheated with, and they like, what in the world? What was he thinking? He had this at the house and he wound up doing this.
I've said it, y'all. I'm like, how? What? And Eric had to help me understand.
It's how a woman makes a man feel. And that's not just men. That's women too.
Absolutely.
Anybody that shows you a little bit of attention, if you're not feeling good and feeling, happy about yourself, or you don't feel like you're receiving what you need to receive from your partner, your spouse, or whatnot, you feel a certain way, and after a while, you step out or whatever, and then you realize it wasn't even that good, and what you gonna build with it. For men out there, these are some of the conversations. So when things happen, and I'm giving you this free. Shalom, Matt. What's going on, man?
Mighty man.
I'm gonna give you this free right quick. All right. When Elaine and I were going through our situation, I had to talk to myself. I spoke to myself. One, I had a vision. I didn't want the same thing that I had before.
Yeah.
I came up wanting to see my daddy. Get up in the morning, your daddy in the bathroom with his boxers on, brushing his teeth. I always see that vision. I wanted to walk by the bathroom with the bathroom door open, and Pop is in his boxers and he brushing his teeth and everything. Hey, boy, what you doing? That's what I wanted to see.
That's all of that.
From the time I was a little boy. What you doing?
Bubbles. I got you. Okay.
Right.
Yeah. The whole.
That's what I wanted. That's what I wanted to see, and I wanted all of my children to wake up to me. Yeah. I didn't want to have children over here, children over there. And then too, I came to the realization, I was like, man, if y'all running all of these women, you ought to be balling out of control. You ought to be just, I'm like, you shouldn't have to pay for nothing. You should have clothes like nobody's business. But no, the women that you sleep around with, they got a Jody somewhere too. For those of you who are old enough, know what a Jody is.
I'm sorry, you have to tell me that later.
Yeah, because you just 27 years old. You don't know. You don't know nothing about all of that.
I don't gather.
And everything. So anyway, but women did the same thing. As far as the data is concerned, when women begin to enter the workplace, their cheating went up.
Yeah.
Their cheating, and it became it's just like, the old saying goes, the person that your partner is cheating on is somebody you know. Mm-hmm. It's not like always some stranger. Mm-hmm. It's a higher percentage of the time it's somebody that you know, and it's a I was about to say crime of opportunity, but it's not a crime it's a sin of opportunity, I guess. I don't know what to call it, but anyway, it's about opportunity.
I was gonna try to help you.
Opportunity is low hanging fruit.
Yeah.
So on and so forth, and then it's whatever relationships that you're feeding,
and exactly what's feeding you, because also it's something that a person may be missing or may feel like they're not getting at home, and so of course that's going to be the thing that you seek out. And if you're feeding into that, you feed into, hey, that makes me feel, see, I don't get that at home. And then you begin to compare. And the grass always looks greener. We already know that story. But yes, women in the workplace, definitely, studies show that we saw an increase, spike in women who they became cheaters themselves. Mm-hmm. Because the opportunity was there. It was right there. And so we all have to really be in the driver's seat when it comes to seeing those things where doors are cracking open to really cause us to do some damage to our own selves and to our relationships. And now I can't let the comment that Wandry also said. She said, if I did cheat, I'm taking my secret to the grave.
Wait a minute, let me go back to that. Oh, what?
So, but that is how many women feel. Many women, because like what she said, because she also brought out that men have a harder time really getting over or moving forward, and so women feel like, listen, I can't say anything. And I know, and a little bit of transparency before we go on, Eric and I faced an issue in our marriage, and it wasn't that deep into like a cheating, but it was a situation that happened where it was inappropriate, and I was afraid to tell Eric because I was thinking all the worst. I was going Eric had a huge temper, and he was going to go Samson. If y'all know the Bible, the story of Samson.
I'm a little dude.
I'm just saying the power of
Samson was a little dude.
Okay, there we go.
He was a little dude. So you're saying I was a little dude?
I'm just saying that. Well, yeah, and you were at that time like what, 140 pounds maybe?
130.
130 pounds. But he had a temper. And he would have killed the guy. He would have, went crazy, and he wouldn't have killed me. But I'm thinking my husband's gonna end up in jail, and I'm gonna be, without a husband. I'm gonna be raising my kids by myself, and it's just not going to be favorable. So we begin to think like, let me go into protect mode, and let me just keep this. So yeah, I hear you, Michelle.
Well,
Wandry.
Matt said men have pride. Pride comes before the fall. Absolutely.
Speak that.
Rodney said a man thinks I'm king of the big. I don't know if I can say that on here. You know, that's the real thing, you know.
Ding,
but yeah,
ding.
it should never cheat on me and everything. When she cheats, it destroys his ego. Yes.
Ah, yes,
and
yes,
men's egos here is gigantic.
Yeah.
Gigantic. Oh, it's unreal.
We got to get Matt. He said the
80-20 rule. Yes.
Yes, they feel like they're missing something at home. Absolutely. And when they get it, they find out it was not worth it. That's that whole, the grass got to be green on the other side. It is not true, y'all.
Your grass will be green if you fertilize it.
Yes, fertilize your grass.
Not with mess though.
Okay. But take care of what's yours already, right?
Yeah.
And you make it. Look, make your love what? Y'all better get y'all one of these. Make your love work.
Yes.
That's it.
True. Tyrone Walker, come on.
Yes. Matt says the sin of passion. There we
Yes,
go. That, thank you for helping here.
Yes. I need it because I was talking about crime. Okay. So those are questions, you guys. It's been 51 minutes. Look here.
Let me get that last question from Rodney.
All right. This last deal here. Ladies need to beware of the cleanup woman. Yes. Remember that's some.
Cleanup woman.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If you don't take care of him, your homegirl will. Don't take your relationship and marriage for granted. Hands down. Listen, go over to our YouTube channel. It's E Squared. I know y'all see E2. Yes, it's E2, but E Squared YouTube channel, and we have a video talking about a couple of hidden places where you can foster and nurture and fertilize the connection.
Yes.
Right? And it's some small stuff. It's some stuff that you just look over. And if it's the small foxes that spoil the vine, then it's them small nurtures and the small
it's the small touches.
Yeah, the small touches.
Things that we can do to actually cause things to really be stirred up within ourselves and within the relationship.
Within our spouse.
And just as the question that Tyrone asked, how do you deal with no intimacy? Tyrone, you're gonna lead us to go into that next week because and that must be addressed.
Let's talk about the no contact.
Okay. There we go.
For next week, we're gonna talk about the no contact.
We've got something for you on that.
Get something for you on that, and how in restoring. I mean, if you never change the tires, on your car, you're gonna slip and slide along the road.
Slip and slide through life.
Yeah, you're gonna, and ain't no telling what you're gonna hit, what kind of damage you're gonna, and you're gonna die damaged. Your full potential can't come forth because you got all of this damage.
Yeah.
Right. So we could talk about that as far as contact. Sometimes, there's something that the preacher said in the good book, said that there's a time for touching, there's a time to refrain from embracing, there's a time to laugh, there's a time to cry, there's a time to live, there's a time to die. So in your relationship, we think, and we just get into automatic, and we just functioning. We just functioning.
Yeah.
We just going.
Same old.
And we have to break the monotony, and and some folks work hard. Some folks work real hard, and going back and remembering your why. Why am I working so hard? Why am I doing what I'm doing?
So go back to the AM, right?
Go back to the morning. We got a thing when we talk
relationship.
about that.
Yeah. That's another nugget.
Another nugget.
Yes.
But
so when we go back to the beginning, the AM of the relationship, right? The morning of the relationship, how we remember those times when it was no problem being sexy and I mean just flirtatious and intimate, right? Because now another question is intimacy sex.
Okay,
we going into something y'all making us.
We try to do these less than an hour.
Yes.
And everything. So spend a little time,
good,
talk, interact, get to know, and hear what folks are saying, and still leave more questions that you may have Talk to your friends about it. Again, this is about you. You're going to touch people that we never will.
Yeah.
Okay? So if we can infect you, so you can infect others, hallelujah.
All the best.
Hands down.
All the best.
So we want to give you an opportunity to, again, go over to Eric and Elaine, E Squared YouTube channel.
Yeah.
And I have Jessica put the link in there to the YouTube channel, and check out some of those videos on
And our
maintaining
Instagram.
intimacy. Go to Instagram. We was live for the first time tonight. Hats off to the team that's assisting.
Yes.
That
Awesome.
Evan, Jessica Reagan.
Awesome moderators. We appreciate them.
for hooking us up.
They're going to be blessed real good.
Real good.
We don't know when.
Real good.
We don't know how.
Yes.
But they're going to be blessed real good.
Yes. Amen.
But yes, so listen, we are always appreciative. Yes, that's right. Matt says continue to date your partner. Y'all coming on
Hands
with
down.
it. Listen, there are ways
Come on.
that we can do relationships and do relationships well. Right? And that's what we're after, is how can we really have a healthy relationship?
Yes.
And we're gonna be diving into this, y'all. This is gonna be a continual series, and we're
Yes.
gonna break in. We're gonna help some people.
So you can heal thy relationship.
Yes.
Okay. So this is your relationship architects, the country boy,
The city girl.
Eric and Elaine, signing out.
Peace and
Peace and blessings, good people.